company. Ordinarily, two's company. But contrarily, we disagree, no matter what it happens to be.
You're the perverse one.
I agonize.
Night and day with you.
To compromise.
There's no way with you.
I wish I had picked a large boa constrictor, my friend.
Are you trying to tell me something?
You're the perverse one, two's company.
Indisputably.
Two's company.
Irrefutably.
How we embark on old Noah's Ark, pair by pair.
Not so loud.
So ask me whose company.
Whenever I choose company.
I gotta say, two's company.
Except for this affair.
You give me mal de mer.
You know what that means?
Could we let in some fresh air?
No, madam.
Au contraire. Robert. Good afternoon, Robert. I've just been for my walk. What do we talk about? Let's talk about pets.
Pets?
Why don't you want me to have a pet?
When you were out for a walk just now, madam, did you wear a hat?
I don't want to discuss hats.
It's just that the sun is rather strong, madam. I was wondering if perhaps you...
Delirious? No. Why don't you like pets?
Well, I do like certain pets, madam.
You do?
Yes.
Like what pets, for instance?
The alligator.
The alligator.
Yes, I once worked for Lord Brenton's nephew, and he kept a pet alligator in the bath.
How long did you stay in Lord Brenton's nephew's employ? 14
minutes.
So you don't like alligators?
No, actually, I was being rather facetious, madam. I prefer snakes. So if you were thinking of having a snake for a pet...
You prefer snakes to alligators?
Yes.
Do you, for instance, let's say, prefer dogs to cats?
The cat is the lesser of the two evils, madam.
Why?
It has the decency to disappear for days on end.
But if we had a dog, that would entail certain extra duties on your part, Robert, and I'm not at all opposed to discussing a salary increase.
May I congratulate you on the subtlety of your approach, madam?
Thank you.
The answer is no.
No to what?
We are not having a dog.
But I want a dog, and I can't believe that you don't want to discuss a salary increase.
The canine species and I are incompatible, madam.
Well, let me put it another way. I am going to have a dog, and do you want a salary increase or don't you?
So this is another one of those fait accompli, is it?
What can I tell you, Robert? It's very simple. I just went for my walk, and wham, bam, alakazam, I fell in love with the dog.
Not love, madam. Infatuation. You'll get over it.
No, this was the real thing. It was love at first sight. The moment she saw me, her little tail just started to go like crazy, and then she jumped into my arms.
If it jumps into my arms, madam, it won't stop until it hits the ceiling.
If you harm a hair on the head of So Darling, you're out of a job.
Would you mind repeating part of that sentence, madam?
So Darling. You see, when the little dog jumped into my arms, I said, she's so darling. And then she gave me a little kiss on the ear, and I said to myself, that's it. That's what I'm going to call her. So darling. And Mrs. Shelton agreed.
Who is Mrs. Shelton?
Oh, she's so nice, Robert. Well, she'd have to be, wouldn't she? She's one of those ladies that goes around and finds dogs that aren't wanted, and then she finds a home for them.
Busybody.
But if during the 4-week prohibition period, the little dog isn't happy in the home, then she's got the right to take it back.
How'd she take it back?
Yes, but if she does take it back, it'll be your fault, and there'll be no salary increase.
Yes, but I mean, she could well have an accident, madam.
She's not going to have an accident.
Well, she might inadvertently throw herself from your bedroom window.
Well, if she does, you won't be far behind.
And how much would this increase be?
10 pounds.
That's a very small increase.
It's a very small dog. That'll be Mrs. Shelton. Now, you behave yourself.
Woof, woof.
You've no front garden, Mrs. McNabb. She's used to a front garden. She may fret. I don't want her to fret.
Well, we have a back garden, Mrs. Shelton.
Would you like me to transfer it to the front?
Won't you come in, Mrs. Shelton? This is Robert, my butler.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Male servants are inclined to vent their spite on all domestic pets.
Oh, but Robert's more like one of the family. I mean, we're mates. I mean, we're friends. I mean, he lives in. No. I mean, he has his own flat.
You mean...
No, she doesn't.
I mean, we're friends, but not real good friends, if you know what I mean.
I'm glad to hear it, because she's very sensitive to atmosphere, you know. She knows when things are not as they should be.
Would you like to come in the living room?
I shall want to talk to Robert as well.
Don't you send her up.
I can't take her seriously.
10 times.
I'll try to take her seriously.
Mrs. Shelton, is there any particular reason you didn't bring the dog along with you?
Well, we don't know whether she's going to be happy here or not, do we? Until we know that, do you drink at all?
Why?
Why? Have you ever seen a drunken lout attacking a poor defenseless animal? It's horrendous.
Robert
Preposterous.
Robert just has an occasional malt whiskey, that's all.
I'm so sorry I get a little bit carried away, but you see, when I see all the cruelty and ill treatment that goes on it is absolutely dreadful. I'm put against the wall and shot. I never want to do the shooting.
Try to control yourself.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's just when I get on my hobby horse. Have you owned a pet before?
Oh, yes, I have.
Good. That's good, yes. A home without a pet is a home without love, I always say. How many pets have you owned?
A slug called Napoleon.
Okay, Robert.
I'm sorry, madam. 8 dogs, 7 cats, 3 hamsters, 2 goldfish, and a budgerigar.
Okay, Robert.
And when the budgerigar died, madam, I was heartbroken. I stuffed it.
I think Mrs. Shelton has got the message.
You're an animal lover, then.
Yes, prefer them to people.
Shall I let you both into a secret?
I'll bet I know what it is. You prefer them to people, too.
How did you know?
I don't know. I'm psychic about some things. What about Mr. Shelton? Does Mr. Shelton feel the same way?
Oh, he's a lovely fellow. Looks just like a bulldog. So far, so good. Now, where is she going to sleep?
Oh, she'll sleep with me. There's no question about that.
I'm so glad you didn't say the hall. Nasty, drafty places, halls. What do you do? What type of work do you do?
I'm a writer. Where are you going, Robert?
Just upstairs to your bedroom, madam, to move the furniture to make room for the doggy-woggy's basket. You can't have sleeping in a dwafty-wafty, can you?
You just stay here, Robert. You can see to that later.
He's very considerate, isn't he?
Oh, yes. When I told him we were going to have a dog, his eyes filled with tears.
You say you're a writer?
Yes, so I work at home.
Oh, that's splendid. She'd have your companionship all the time. Do you know, there are people who leave their pets alone for hours on end.
Monstrous.
A taste of their own selfish medicine.
Solitary confinement for life.
Oh, now, Robert, Mrs.
No, he's quite right, I would. Do you know what I do if I see a dog alone in a motor car?
Smash one of the windows.
Of course not. No, I might frighten the poor darling. No, I put a sticker on the bonnet. And do you know what it says? May the driver of this car suffocate in hell, and I mean it. Where were we? Yes. She would have the run of the house, wouldn't she?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Shelton, free as a bird.
No more questions, Mr. McNabb. She's yours.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Shelton. Just to think, madam, we'll soon hear the patter of little paws.
And for her 3-monthly checkup, I would like you to take her to Mr. Fotherington. He treats all my pets. There's his address.
Bound to be Harley Street, madam.
Oh, don't be silly. It is Harley Street.
With regard to food...
Oh, make a note of all this, Robert. Come on. Carry on, Mrs. Shelton.
She cannot abide tinned food of any description.
Oh, no, of course not.
She likes fish.
Filet de sole, bonne femme, salmon poached in...
Just put down fish, Robert.
She usually has it on Fridays.
Oh, she's Catholic.
Chicken, turkey, lamb's heart, but not pork. Never pork.
A Jewish Catholic.
She adores Radio 2. Can't stand Radio 3. It's all that classical music. She howls all the time.
Oh, dear. What about television?
No problem. Except, of course, for Andre Previn.
Well, make a note of that, Robert. Andre Previn is not to be allowed in this house. Thank you so much, Mrs. Shelton, for giving us so much of your time.
My pleasure. Well, I'll bring her round this afternoon.
Oh, good.
Oh, one thing I forgot. She has rather an endearing little idiosyncrasy. Men make her nervous. I mean, she wouldn't like it at all if Robert made a sudden movement towards her.
She's no fool.
She isn't, is she?
And she hates to hear people shouting. That makes her very nervous. And if she's very nervous, she tiddles on the carpet.
Tittles on the carpet?
Well, it's up to you, Robert. No nerves, no tittles.
How can I prevent it?
Oh, perfectly simple. When you're near her, just speak in low melodic tones. And hardly move at all. Jim!
Robert, are you kidding with these newspapers? God, I know she's a very clever dog, but I don't think she can read. Just as well she can't. You'd have probably put up a sign, keep off the carpet. Now, what else have you done? Electrified the kitchen floor? Put barbed wire in the flower beds? Now, I can't figure out, Robert, where'll I put her basket?
In the garden shed, madam.
She's not going in the garden shed. She's to have complete run of the house.
Not in the basement, madam. That I will not allow.
Well, then how's she going to get to the garden?
Yeah, I've checked, madam. It's not too much of a drop from the kitchen window.
That's not funny, Robert. There they are.
It's a yapper, madam. I cannot abide a dog yaps.
Never mind, Robert. You're going to love her.
How do you know?
Because you're going to get paid for it. Now, remember, walk quietly and low melodic tones.
Yes.
Oh, so darling.
See if she comes to you. Come on, come on.
Oh, look at that. How about that, folks?
I don't think she likes all those parked cars.
Oh, dear. Robert, can we do something about that?
I'll get the Commissioner of Police to tow them away, madam.
God, Robert, she's just crazy about me.
Nauseating.
Fascinating. Just fascinating. Like salary increases. You're the best girl. Yes, you are so, darling. You're the best girl.
I must say she looks very much at home.
Now, of course she is. Aren't you so, darling?
I've forgotten her pills.
She's on the pill?
Vitamin pills. Don't they make a lovely pair? Well, bye-bye, darling. Foster mummy has to go now. At times like this, I have to be very brave. I shan't look back.
Well, Robert, what do you think?
Do you want my honest opinion, madam?
Now, come on. Come on. Say hello to her. Come on. No. No sudden movements. I want her to get used to the sound of your voice, so say hello to her.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, so darling. 10 pounds.
Good afternoon. So, darling.
Now, Robert, come and pet her.
Might have fleas.
Oh, the dog doesn't have fleas. Come on, pet her gently. Robert, stop shouting.
I'll have to go and have an anti-tetanus injection, madam.
Will you stop, Robert?
It sank its fangs into my hand.
Let me see.
There.
I don't see any blood.
It's very painful. If it stays, madam, it'll have to be muzzled.
Don't say things like that, even in jest.
I mean it. Little bitch, attack me.
Stop calling her
I'm
name.
not calling names, madam. That's what it is.
Shh, keep your voice down. Now, shall I put her down?
The sooner, the better.
You just cut that out, Robert. Now, so, darling, if he isn't good and sweet and kind to us, we won't give him his salary increase, will we? No, we won't. And he won't be able to spend money on his horses and his silly cricket matches or nothing.
This conversation is far too intellectual for me.
Now, wait till you see what I bought you. I got you a Snoopy bowl and a chew stick, and look what I bought you. Come on, look at this. This is your own little taxi, see? And Mom can take you every place in it. Now look, see? Opens up like this. Come on. Come on, so darling. Come on. Look at there. Look at there. Come on. Come on. Oh. Robert, come quick. Look what she did. I showed her the bag, and then she jumped in it without my even telling her, and she stayed there. Isn't it clever?
I would be far more impressed if you jumped into the freezer instead.
Come on. Come on up here. Come on up here. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Now, you're going to learn to love Robert. Believe me, it takes time. But he's going to be so darling to you, and you're going to be nice to Robert, and then we're all going to be one big happy family. You know why? Because you're so darling.
Yuck. Well, why don't you look where you're going?
Laundry, sir. Good afternoon. That'll be £3.50, please. Hello, I didn't know you had a dog.
We haven't.
Oh, I see. You mean that she's a she. Who's a little darling then? Come on, coochie coo. Come on, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, wouldn't Sarah love you?
Sarah?
Yeah, my daughter. She's always on about me buying her a dog.
Why don't you?
Well, I haven't seen one I like yet.
You like that?
Oh, she's beautiful. You are. Yeah.
Take it.
It's yours, isn't it?
Oh, it's not happy here, you know, Mrs. McNabb.
Don't you like dogs? But don't you want it?
No, I hate to see suffering.
Well, if you're sure it's all right.
Yes, take it. Take it.
How much?
How much? Oh, well, shall we say a fiver?
No, I must pay you.
Well, how much should we say? I mean, how can one put a price on companionship and devotion?
So, darling, where are you?
One can't. Nothing.
Darling, where's the dog, Robert?
She must be upstairs, madam.
Oh, she's outside. How did she get outside?
The laundry man, madam. He must have stolen it.
Robert! Hey, you, laundry man, come back here. Charlie, wait. Robert, I want you to get that laundry man's name. Get his full name, Robert.
Too late, madam. He's just driven off.
Oh, he didn't even want to give her back to me.
Nerve.
Wait a minute. Exactly what did you say to that laundry man?
I, madam?
Yes, you. I mean, the last thing he said to me was somebody should report me to the RSPCA. Are you sure the laundry man stole the dog, Robert?
Ah!
What's the matter? That's just a little tinkle train.
If that dog stays, madam, you'll have to buy a new carpet every week.
Don't be so silly. Little soda will fix that up. There. Now, I think it's time for a friend of mine to go walkies in the garden. Yeah.
Keep it on the lead, madam.
What?
Well, I haven't trained you yet to keep to the path, madam. I don't want it ruining my flower beds. Only I know when it can and can't go. I'll need a stick.
You take a stick to So Darling, and I'll take a garden fork to you.
I'd better go first, madam. Stop!
Robert, that'd scare a gorilla.
Sit! I said sit! Not very intelligent, is it? Sit! Look at me when I'm talking to you. Keep her on a tight rein, madam. Path, good dog. Flower bed, bad dog. Keep her on a tight rein, madam. Chain her up to that post over there. Heel!
There's only one heel in this house, and it's not the dog.
You have to go.
If anybody goes, it'll be you. I I will train the dog. There.
Surely you're not going to let it off the lead, madam.
Shh. Now, so darling, stay.
Where's she going now? Get off my oxalis!
Don't you touch her!
Touch it, I'll kill it.
Yeah. Anyone home? Cooey! I brought her pills. Oh, dear. Tiddles.
I've got a good mind to lock you out of the house because you're an animal. You're a nasty, vicious animal. You ought to be chained up. Really, Robert, sometimes I... Oh, hello, Mrs. Shelton.
Give her to me. I mean it. Give her to me.
Why?
Well, I'm going to take her away.
But why? What have I done?
You don't love her.
Oh, of course I love her, Mrs. Shelton.
I heard you. You were saying she was a nasty, vicious animal. You were going to keep her chained up. I'm going to take her away.
Oh, no, you got it all wrong.
I heard you.
Well, wait, Robert, now, who was I calling an animal?
Isn't it obvious, madam?
I think hanging would be rather too good for you. Darling, I'm so sorry. Foster Mummy is so sorry. Please forgive me.
What's been happening, madam?
She's going to take So Darling away.
Oh, how very sad.
Robert, about your salary increase, would you believe 20 pounds?
Backdated?
Backdated. Now tell Mrs. Shelton exactly what happened.
We don't want to hear any more. We want to leave this den of iniquity.
No, please, Mrs. Shelton, I beg you, just give Robert a chance to explain.
It better be very convincing.
Believe me, for 20 pounds, it'll be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help me.
God. Yes, Robert, well, I'm just so exhausted from all our negotiating last night. No, I don't begrudge your 30-pound rise at all. No, that's perfect. Yes, I'll walk the dog. Yes, Robert, I'll feed the dog. I'll take her to the beauty parlor every week, and she'll never be allowed in any of your rooms. Now, can I have my breakfast, please? Thank you. Now, come on.
Good morning, madam. Much better than usual this morning, madam. Din-dins.